Hi, I'm Shiva Subramanian, founder of Connect Ventures, and we're back again with bite-sized BugSpeaks. And I have Kumar again with me, and this time from Biome Shankar, he's going to be rechristened Genetics Kumar because this is the other expertise in his field. Uh, Kumar, you want to say a couple of things?
Thanks, Shiva. Hi, I'm Kumar Shankaran. Today I'm the genetics wannabe, discussing more about again health and having fun with health. What's the report that you have in your hand?
So today we want to talk to you about genetics, and we came up with a unique panel for organic testing. We were actually looking at bringing nutrition to every person, but I want to just cover why it's important or not important to have organic food.
With the modern techniques in farming, the amount of chemicals that we are ingesting is actually toxic to our body. And every individual breaks down those toxins in a different way. So we had to look at the genetic makeup of an individual and see how the chemicals coming from modern farming is actually affecting his body. And that's what this entire panel was about. And what's interesting now is with all this organic farming that is happening all over the world, how much of that organic food needs to go to a person is what needs to be determined. What do you think about organic farming in general?
I think it's great to have organic food, but we need to discuss why it's relevant to health at all. One of the reasons that we actually are covering this topic is the fact that all performance is also based on the amount of toxins that you put in. So if you reduce the toxic load, your performance is going to go up because then you have more resources to deal with performance than if you had to deal with a lot of toxins coming in. The next question that we had to answer was to actually look at the fact that, okay, so what are these toxins? So this is our report called the Organic Food Panel. And what we've basically done, Kumar, is taken the genetic material with evidence-based genetic material and actually come up with a report on what foods each individual should eat based on his own ability to deal with toxins.
Yes. So what we've actually done is gone a couple of steps back. We've gone and seen what pesticides are commonly used or what fertilizers are commonly used to grow these foods, and how much of that is actually coming to the human body, and whether genetically a person has enough proteins to break down these pesticides and fertilizers and throw it out of the body, or whether it retains in the body. So those are the kind of markers that we've looked at in this test.
Just to give you an idea about some of the things that we're actually covering in this report. We talk about gluten and lactose, right? That's very commonly spoken about today because many people have issues with this. While the genetic report looks at those markers, I think that we should also put it out there that you don't need to have the enzymes for a lot of the gluten and lactose if you have a microbiome that can deal with it. Could you say a couple of words on that, Kumar?
Sure. I'll take my own example over here. My lactose breaking down enzyme, that I'm genetically coded for, the activity of that enzyme comes down as I age. So as I become older, the lesser number of milk products I can have. But I can compensate that by having the right kind of microbiome, which will help me break down those milk products. And so I need to have more and more of the bacteria which can produce these lactate products and enzymes that can break down these lactate products. So that's what the microbiome can compensate for.
So just to make it clear, even if your genetics say that you may have an issue with gluten and lactose, your microbiome may be able to deal with it, and that's another reason why we need to be able to look at the prebiotic and the probiotic state of your gut bacteria. So all is not lost. If you are you have a lactase persistence problem today, you could consume some amount of products with lactose in it if you're able to redesign your gut bacteria, and that goes back to the microbiome.
Yes. So that's what we're doing with lactose and gluten. But however, with the pesticides and other chemicals that are coming with the food, the microbiome is not yet equipped to throw it out of your body. So that is why we need to we have these other markers looking into those chemicals.
So let's take a real life scenario. I walk into an organic food store and I'm like, okay, my bill's going to be really hefty if I buy everything organic. So could I then say, all right, we're looking at organophosphate. So we look at this series of organophosphate foods that you've made a list of and say, these are the vegetables and fruits that have a greater chance of organophosphate. So I won't buy this. Let me buy these regularly and I will only get these organic, right? I mean, that's the kind of report that we want to make actionable to everyone.
Precisely. I mean, buying organic is great, but many times it's not affordable. So there are two things you can do. You can either mix and match based on your genetics, what food you buy organic and what food you don't buy organic, or you buy the normal fruits and vegetables and just get a good cleanser that can actually remove these chemicals out of these food articles that we buy. So you could do one of these two things to make yourself more healthy.
Excellent. One of the sections that you also have over here is antibiotics. Could you just expand on that a little bit?
A lot of these antibiotics are actually used while growing these food. Some of the antibiotics are used in poultry a lot for growing the chicken. So what we see is traces of these antibiotics when we consume our food. And if your body is going to react negatively to these antibiotics, these are kind of food that you should completely avoid or buy an organic replacement for these food.
Excellent. So essentially, the idea was to bring something that could be sold in any organic store, any gym, anywhere, which will highly impact your ability to perform, but not by a performance additive, but by taking out the things that could be toxic for you.
Mm-hmm.
So could we call it a toxic load that you're going to be diminishing for your body so that you have more resources to perform?
That's precisely what we're trying to do. We're trying to reduce the amount of toxins that are entering into your body that can have a systemic effect.
Excellent. And also the economics of this report. Could you just share approximately the price of this report?
So what we've tried to do is this is a very, very important thing for a lot of people to look into, and this dictates their monthly spend on organic. So we wanted something that is economical for them to easily buy, test, and then make decisions. So right now we've priced it. We're retailing at about 5,000 rupees, and anybody. It's just a simple swab collection, and from that you'll get enough information to make a healthy choice.
Excellent. And this is available everywhere in the world, and we just got to send our kit out and we can get a response for it. And
yeah,
that's it.
We're getting samples from all over the world right now, and it's very, very straightforward. Just 5 minutes in the morning, just collect a little bit of saliva, and our team will come and pick it up.
Excellent. And one of the other things is that's much less than $100. The idea was to be able to get everybody to shop according to their own genetic potential. Anyway, we'll put the report details with an example of the report, a sample report at the bottom as a link. And in addition to that, an email where you can get in touch in case you'd like to do one of these organic tests. And thank you, Kumar.
Thank you, Shiva.